Vikings, let's win this game. SKOL!
Hey Vikings fans, get ready to dive into the latest bombshell updates from our beloved Minnesota Vikings. First up, let's talk about the departure of a key left tackle straight to the Texans, and how this move will reflect on our future draft picks. Next, the nearly certain farewell of a Minnesota cornerback to San Francisco and the impact this loss will have on our defense. We also have the scoop on shutting the door on Aaron Rodgers, with a hot take from Adam Schefter about a veteran quarterback possibly joining the Vikings roster. And finally, the rumor mill is buzzing about a Super Bowl champion linked to Minnesota, bringing experience and leadership to our squad. Get all the details on each of these thrilling updates right now. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. In the NFL, every move counts, and the recent announcement of Cam Robinson joining the Texans is a major strategic bomb for us. Robinson, who stepped up to fill a critical gap left by Darrisaw, now leaves a legacy that could greatly benefit the Vikings. Just think, a one-year deal worth up to $14.5 million with the Texans, putting our team in line to nab a valuable compensatory pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Robinson wasn't just a player, he was a crucial piece of a much larger puzzle. His departure not only grants us compensation, but opens up new questions. How will we solidify our offensive line next season? The strategy so far has been clear. Avoid signings that could compromise our compensatory picks, and Robinson was a smart bet that's now paying off. The details are fascinating. Post Darrisaw's injury, we snagged Robinson in a shrewd trade with the Jaguars. For 10 crucial games, he was pivotal, and now his departure isn't just a loss. It's part of a bigger play involving strategic returns through compensatory picks. While you might think our offensive line could weaken, remember, Darrisaw's comeback is on the horizon, and Justin Skule remains a reliable option. But from what we know of our management, they're not just sitting around waiting. We can expect some interesting moves coming up, perhaps even before the next season starts. With likely 2 valuable compensatory picks heading our way, it's clear that the strategy to keep the squad competitive while maximizing future resources is working. Sam Darnold's departure last year gives us hope for an even higher pick. And now, with Robinson's exit, the Vikings solidify our chances of building a championship team even further. Every piece that moves, every player that comes and goes, is part of a larger plan geared toward a bright future. This strategic outlook keeps the fan base and the team always in the game, always ready for the next challenge. Stay tuned, because what's coming up next signals an even more surprising farewell. Here comes a potential emotional shock for Vikings fans. Stephon Gilmore, the veteran Pro Bowl defensive back, is likely on his way out. Known for his outstanding man-to-man coverage skills, Gilmore was a valuable addition last season, filling a critical need in our defense. Despite being 34, he's shown he can still play at a high level. But now, it seems the winds are changing. The rumor, sparked by ESPN's Bill Barnwell, suggests that the 49ers might be Gilmore's next destination. The San Francisco team has a clear gap in its secondary after a series of departures this free agency, and Gilmore's experience would be an immediate solution for them. But let's think about it. Losing him would be tough, no doubt. The impact he had last season was significant, worth every penny of the $7 million contract he signed. He brought not only experience, but also calm leadership to a young and developing group of our cornerbacks. Ironically, Gilmore came to the Vikings for a similar reason, our apparent need at cornerback position. Now, with his possible departure, we might be reliving that dilemma. Could our team end up in a frantic midseason search again? The discussion widens when we consider the overall team strategy. We know that salary cap space is always a factor, and with key players needing renewals, each move we make is calculated. Gilmore's departure could free up vital resources, but at the same cost of leaving a gap in our defense that isn't easily filled. The hope now is that recent developments in the draftees, and perhaps more surprises in free agency, could cover any potential loss. In football, as in life, everything is in constant motion. Today's heroes can be tomorrow's opponents, and each game, each season, is a new chance to redefine what each team is capable of. Let's keep our eyes on the game, because the next news is even more crucial for the 2025 season. The Vikings are taking a new direction at quarterback, maintaining J.J. McCarthy as QB1. Following the departure of big names like Sam Darnold, Nick Mullins, and Daniel Jones, and the decision to steer clear of the Aaron Rodgers drama, the Vikings are focused on solidifying the team with a smart and potentially surprising choice. The buzz brings an intriguing possibility: the return of Kirk Cousins. Yes, you heard that right. Adam Schefter, a respected NFL insider, recently speculated on a post-draft trade that could bring Cousins back to the Vikings nest. With his experience in the offensive system we value so much, this move could be a masterstroke in our team strategy. But let's unpack this a bit. Cousins, now with the Falcons, has a hefty $180 million four-year contract he signed in 2024. The idea of bringing him back as a backup for McCarthy might seem odd at first glance, but it makes perfect sense if we think about safety and mentorship. Schefter suggests that, should a deal not be closed sooner, the Vikings could be a post-draft option, offering perhaps a sixth-round pick to seal the deal. It's a bold move, especially considering that Cousins was sought after by the Falcons for that massive contract recently. However, with the market adjusting and few remaining options, Cousins' return could be precisely the kind of move that solidifies our lineup while offering a valid option should McCarthy face challenges. The quarterback saga is always a roller coaster for any NFL team, and the Vikings are no exception. With just 4 picks in the 2025 draft, we are playing a very tactical game trying to maximize each move. The addition of Cousins, with his experience and knowledge of our system, could be the missing piece to ensure we are ready for any eventuality. And while the idea of using a draft pick to bring in a backup quarterback might seem risky, it's the type of risk the Vikings seem willing to take, with the possibility, albeit still just a theory, of bolstering the quarterback position with a player familiar to the Vikings system and bringing him back to where he once had success. We are undoubtedly looking at what are the best alternatives for long-term success. But moving away from the realm of speculation, something more real is what comes next. In the relentless pursuit of stability and experience at the quarterback position, the Vikings may be about to make a bold and significant move. Carson Wentz, a former Chiefs player and Super Bowl champion, emerges as an intriguing option to fill the role of QB2 behind J.J. McCarthy. At 32 years old, with a rich history of highs and lows, Wentz represents a valuable veteran option that could bring a new dynamic to the team. This season, the need for a reliable QB2 has become more evident than ever, given the instability in the main position. Wentz, who has had moments of brilliance during his career but also significant challenges, could bring not just his skill, but also a valuable perspective to the young McCarthy. Wentz's experience includes a season under the command of Sean McVay with the Rams, where he had direct contact with a version of the offense that Kevin O'Connell, our head coach, intends to execute. This would not only facilitate his transition, but also provide McCarthy with a mentor with deep knowledge of the system. Despite not being as vocally considered as other candidates, Wentz's arrival would be a kind of rehabilitation project. He has the opportunity to revitalize his career on a team that recognizes the value of experienced leaders in the locker room. Previous examples of players who revitalized their careers with the Vikings could be a strong selling point for Wentz. Kevin Seifert from ESPN pointed out the urgency of the Vikings to find a solid backup solution for McCarthy. With other main candidates quickly signed, the window for Wentz opens as a real possibility. It's a situation that requires delicacy and precision in negotiations, but could bring immense returns, both on and off the field. Facing Wentz as a potential addition brings its complications, but also immense potential. If this move materializes, it will be another proof of the Vikings' search to ensure not just talent, but also experience and leadership, essential for a victorious season and, who knows, a path back to a chance at the Super Bowl. What do you think of each of these updates and twists? From Cam Robinson's strategic departure, which prepares the Vikings for promising future drafts, the possible goodbye to Gilmore for San Francisco, Adam Schefter's speculations for a return of Kirk Cousins, to the potential arrival of a Super Bowl champion like Carson Wentz. Your opinions as a Vikings fan and support are crucial on this journey. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest news about the Minnesota Vikings. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!